So it's been a while since I recorded a video. Um, so last I was on here, I did post a couple wins. Um, and last or before those two wins, I did lose my funded account, and I was working towards becoming funded again. And I did take a break, to be honest with you. I did take a break from recording. I did take a break from trading. And that that actually worked. Why? Because I just needed to get my head straight. I need to get my head cleared. I just need to lock in, essentially, try to like get my mind straight in order to continue this business. And it's paid off. I am funded one more time, once again, and I now have uh, another account, well, a combine that I'm working on passing right now. And yeah, it's been going great. I'm going to try to be posting more videos from now on. Not only showing the wins, but also the losses, right? If I have time, of course, because, I do have a busy schedule. And the end goal is essentially to become financially independent and get rid of my 9 to 5. So yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna be going over my my trades for today. This is gonna be a trade recap video. I took two. I took a win and then I took a break even. No losses today. Price action was pretty good, to be honest with you. In the morning, it was a bit, scruffy, simply because on the higher time frame, I couldn't really determine the bias. Um, However, if we look on the lower time frame, it always tells us a story, right? But anyways, enough talk. Let's get into our trades for today. So today is July 8th, 2025. I don't know if I should put it. I should probably put it right here, just so it won't bother. Okay, let's go. So, I did take, like I said, two trades. I took a win and then I took a loss. But coming into the morning, if we look on the 4-hour time frame, which is like the first thing I look for, I was trying to determine my bias here, but to be honest, I couldn't find it simply because we had already disrespected this 4-hour inverse fair value gap, and we didn't make any bearish or bullish PD arrays ever since. So I wasn't able to determine where we were going to go. So I went on to the 1-hour time frame, and I did notice that right here we created a 1-hour fair value gap, which we had respected at 9 p.m. And we also displaced higher towards all-time highs. However, we did start breaking that bullish order flow, and we also ended up retrace or trading back into this 1-hour fair value gap. And usually something that I've noticed is that, let's say if price respects a fair value gap and then goes back into that same fair value gap and trades into it, usually it's that fair value gap is not valid anymore. So because of that, I was leaning a bit bearish, but I needed a bit more confirmation, right? So I went back to this 15-minute time frame, and I was trying to look for any PD arrays, and sure enough, when you look on the 5-minute time frame, I was able to see this 5-minute open up, right? So this gave me confirmation that perhaps we could displace lower, then tap into this 5-minute inverse fair value gap, and then just dump to take out Asia lows. So that was the plan. I waited for price. When I'd market open, market just dumped. I waited for price to retrace into this 5-minute inverse fair value gap, and then I took a 1-minute inversion to the downside, targeting Asia lows, and it worked. It worked. So as you see right here, on the 1-minute time frame, price did tap or trade back into this 5-minute inverse fair value gap. Then it dumped, inversing this 1-minute fair value gap, and we just dumped. And that's how I made 395 that trade. And then I did take another trade. This is my break even trade. it was off a 30-second. To be honest with you, I'm not really one to take 30-second trades. The reason why is because, sure, you might inverse it, but it's a low probability time frame. To be honest with you, you're not really gonna get much wins out of that. It's the same thing with like bottom ticking, right? You can't really. It's a low probability setup, right? So, anyways, we had taken out agent lows, we displaced lower, and I was essentially looking for an inversion to the upside. That way I could target a 15-minute fair value gap, which we could mark out right here. De una vez. I think it's this one. Yeah. Yeah. So here we are. So yeah, I was trying to take this 30-second. I don't want to go onto the 30-second chart because then I'm gonna have to like, or like zoom out and zoom in, and it'll just be a hassle. But I did take that. I set my stop loss at the body of this wick right here, or of this candlestick, and yeah, I got break even, right? Because it is a 30-second trade. I just decided to just go break even immediately, in order to like save myself from any losses. And yeah, low probability setup didn't quite work. And then I called it. Well, I was gonna call it, but then I saw this trade and this setup right here, which I didn't take. Right, it was pretty juicy, but I didn't take it because we did have a 2-minute inversion as well, and especially with how bearish we had been, I didn't want to risk it. So yeah, I was trying to wait for this 2-minute right here to like close. I don't know if you see it right here, but yeah, it ended up closing all the way up here. And if I kind of like do the risk to reward ratio, yeah, it wasn't really gonna work, to be honest with you. It was gonna be a very tough trade. Why? Because my stop loss is much bigger than my risk, than my reward. So yeah, I would have lost. I would have won, but still, it wouldn't have been as rewarding as I might have wanted it to be. So I didn't take it, but there was a 1-minute inversion that you could have taken here, and it could have made you like bank. You could have taken it like right here for a 2-2. But yeah, anyways, this is how I made $380 on the day. It was a good trading day. Wish this trade would have played out the way I wanted it to, but what can I do about it? Anyways, I'll see you guys later.